Hi, Angelina. How are you?
I'm great, Toy. How are you?
I'm good. I'm very excited about this interview. Are you ready?
Ready.
All right. So let's start off by just tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I have to have variety in my life. It's the allspice. So I'm involved in a lot of creative adventures, composing music, creating new and unusual soups, and of course, I write books.
That's cool. The allspice of life. I like that. I think it's cool that you make soups too. I've perfected like one soup that I know how to make from scratch, and that's about it. So I'm very impressed by that. So tell me, what started you to, what motivated you to start writing?
Honestly, it was jealousy. My roommate worked from home in pajamas and drank hot cocoa all day, and I wanted to do the same.
Well, I hear that. I'm jealous of people who work from home too. That's totally my dream, so I can relate to that. What are you currently promoting or working on?
Well, my debut middle grade novel, Julius Caesar Brown and the Green Gas Mystery, released in the middle of July. And it was written by this sassy green alien who lives inside of me, Ace Hansen, who pops out once in a while. Well, Ace wanted to know what would happen if all Earthlings woke up one day farting green. Ace is a little bit twisted, but he's lovable.
He sounds a little bit twisted, but I mean he's an alien, so I kind of get
Yeah.
that. So where exactly did Ace get the idea for this project?
Well, maybe you remember there was a TV commercial years and years ago where people breathed out and their breath came out green and it was a breath mint commercial and Ace wondered, "Hey, what would happen if people's gas was green?"
I say it all the time. We live in a visual world, and it looks like Ace has caught on to that idea perfectly. I don't
Mhm.
think I ever would have thought of that, but that's pretty cool. So tell me, past, present, future, is there a rhyme or reason to your writing?
Rhyme or reason, I don't know. I just do it, and making stuff up makes me happy, writing stories. And so, as long as writing continues to make me happy, then I will continue to do it.
That is a good answer. I love that. You know, I think if people could spend their entire lives only doing things that they like, we wouldn't get much done, but we'd all be happy.
Yeah, they are. Mhm.
So, what authors have influenced your writing?
Well, as a kid, Roald Dahl's books made me laugh out loud. And I don't laugh easily, but I love to laugh. And so I also wanted to write books that could make people laugh. So without thinking about it, I guess he had the most influence on me writing this humorous middle grade novel.
That's really cool. I love humor myself, not very good at writing it, so I can understand how something like that would be a big influence on your writing. That's really pretty cool.
Yes.
So, what's your ideal reading spot? Where do you love to read?
I read in bed all the time.
You
And
know, Go ahead.
yeah, and I can go on for hours and hours just napping, reading. It's a lovely cycle.
I love that. I read in bed too. I try not to because sometimes I fall asleep and it's not pretty, but I enjoy reading in bed. That's pretty cool. If you could only watch one movie for the rest of your life, what would it be?
This odd movie called Strictly Ballroom. It's got dancing, it makes me laugh, and it has this very sweet romantic ending.
I've actually seen that movie. It's a really cute movie, so that's a pretty good choice. I like it. Now, this is one of my favorite questions. I love to ask it. I just like saying it. I don't know how I came up with it, but I love it. When the soundtrack of your life is playing in your head, what songs express your glee and what songs express your rage?
I thought long and hard about this, and I thought, it's not Glee and Rage. The soundtrack of my life usually expresses hope and encouragement, and so two songs that are often playing in my head are Bill Withers' Lean on Me and REM's Everybody Hurts. They pull me out of a funk. and um, oftentimes that's what I
Oh man, that's so cool. I love both of those songs. I mean, I think Lean on Me is very uplifting, and REM, it depends on what kind of mood you're in. It can be a little depressing, but it's very deep. It has a cool meaning to it. So those are pretty good. I like those. Okay, so we're getting near the end of our time. I do have one more question for you. And I understand that you can't see into the future, but in your opinion, what does the future hold?
Well, when I look to the future, what I see is a restored, healthy earth filled with peaceful, happy people who all get along with each other.
That is so sweet. I love your optimism, and maybe one day when I grow up, I'll be like you. Before we go, is there anything you would like to ask me?
Well, Toy, what I've noticed about you is that you are a very giving, generous human being. And the question I would like to know is what can others do to help you in
That
your writing journey and all of that?
Well, that's very sweet. I appreciate that. I do what I do because I believe that reading and books are important, and as an author, I can appreciate, the struggle of an author. So I try to promote books and authors because I think authors should be kind of put on pedestals the way, movie stars and rock stars are. We are entertainers, but we're also
Mhm.
educators, we're counselors, we have many facets. So I feel like if I can do my part to promote that, I will. And I guess the only thing I'd ask in return is, for lack of a better term, to just, pay it forward. If someone doesn't necessarily, deem me worthy of, promoting and supporting, maybe they'll find another author to promote and support. So, yeah, that's how I feel about that.
Pay
Well,
it forward. Gotcha.
well, Angelina, I really enjoyed this interview. Thank you so much for sharing with me today.
Well, I enjoyed it too. It was fun, Toy. Thanks for the invitation.
No problem. And for anyone watching this interview, I hope you have enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time around.
Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you for taking the time to watch this interview. I do hope you found it enjoyable. Please check out the links below to learn more about this author and their work, and also to learn about me, Toi Thomas, the author of the Eternal Curse series, and more. Thank you.